Field of 68 guys were at ACC Media Day this week doing their live shows, and great stuff came out of this as always. Shout out to Goodman. Looked like RC and TO and Tyler Hansbrough all on the panel at ACC Media Day. So go tap in with those guys. Make sure you follow the Field of 68. And I think they're doing a huge Media Day tour these next couple weeks, which is pretty awesome to follow along with. Anyways, the biggest thing I saw out of ACC Media Day was a lot of Louisville related spice. I think that's the fair way to put it. We had Pat Kelsey at the podium discussing what really went down with Mark Pope and going very detailed on what would happen if Pat Kelsey and Mark Pope actually got in a fist fight. And then we had J'Vonne Hadley, second year Louisville transfer. Remember, he came to Louisville last season, who had some words for his in-state rival here. I'm going to read a quote from Hadley, but the Field of 68 has the full video of this. We were going to play it, but I don't know, just the audio may not come through the way we want it to. So anyways, this is what J'Vonne Hadley said, quote, "We don't like Kentucky at all. It's just how it goes. You need that hatred for them. If you want to play for Louisville, it's expected," end quote. Very blunt, straight to the point. We don't like them. It's how it goes. You need hatred if you're going to play for Louisville. First off, do you think this is a real feeling from J'Vonne, who's only been in this rivalry for a year? And second, do you think this is good for the sport? Do you like this spice from him?
I love it for the sport. I'm very pro like hating people. I think it further grows people's character when you have something to hate, and I think you need that. I don't think J'Vonne Hadley hates Kentucky because he hasn't been there long enough to hate them, which is also why I love it. Manufactured hate is better than genuine hate on my scale of hate. So he's manufacturing it. Louisville's in a great spot. I do think it's necessary. These two teams, how much more entertaining has this offseason been because it's been like Louisville versus Kentucky, whether it's in Tay Kenny's like living room, whether it's at like AAU events, whether it's talking about the game at the Yum. It's always Pope, Kelsey, Louisville, Kentucky, no matter what you do. Adrian Woolley, even to an extent, like his recruitment. So the sport is better when these two teams are competitive. The sport is better when these two teams aren't getting along. And every sport kind of has that rivalry where you need both teams competitive. And I think Louisville, Kentucky is one of those for college basketball.
Yeah, I want every Louisville player to hate Kentucky players. I want every Kentucky player to hate Louisville players. I have no issue with Hadley coming out and saying this. I am going to steal a bit from a coworker on our team of ours, Tanner McGrath, who likes to do his coach speak bullshit meter, basically. I'd like to do the genuine manufactured meter for a moment. Does J'Vonne Hadley actually mean this 10 out of 10 or 0 out of 10? I think he's at like a 7 out of 10. I think I buy that Hadley doesn't like Kentucky. I don't think you need to be in the rivalry for like 4 years to know that. I think the moment that you sign up to play for one of these two schools, and I don't know, you probably go to the gas station anywhere in the state of Kentucky, if somebody sees you, you're going to have like rivalry based interactions. I think that's totally normal, and it would get on my nerves and wear me down, and it would just be inherent at that point. So I think he's real. Um, he also, like, if you listen to the full clip, this didn't come out of nowhere. Like, it's not like the Field of 68 guys just sat down with Hadley, like, so how's it going? Are you excited for the season? He's like, I hate Kentucky. Like, it was basically like Goodman prodding, like, we need this rivalry to come back. We need the hate. Do you hate them? And then J'Vonne Hadley was like, yeah, I don't like them. Like, it was kind of like, we better say that. We better deliver the moment. There is a different guy we're going to do a different video on today. Darion Williams from NC State pulled up to Media Day unprompted, throwing shots at Hubert Davis. That feels like real personal hate. Like at one point he said, it's personal. I hate what he's done. I don't like that guy. Um, that's a little different and a little higher on the meter. I don't think Hadley's coming at it with that level of animosity. And I don't really think anyone involved is. Like you kind of watch Ryan Conwell's body language as Hadley goes through this, and you can see him be like, "Oh yeah, we hate those guys. We got to say that, don't we?" Like I'm learning this on the fly in the moment, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it though. Manufactured hate. Like that's a big deal to me. Like let's fake it until we make it. And on November 9th is when we got to make it. Simple as that. Or is it November 8th? Am I saying the wrong day?
Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big juice guy, love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more. No, I don't know when they play.
I don't know. In my world, it's now November 9th. So schedule makers, let's fix that if we have to. Um, but like when they play, all that matters is the ball tips. You hate the person across from you. I do want to say this, regardless of rivalry, if I was playing college basketball, we could be playing Morris State and I would hate them. And I think there needs to be more people like that too. I love the Louisville Kentucky rivalry, but if you're a Louisville player, Adrian Woolley, Michael Brown, you guys are going to play Cleveland State at some point. You need to hate them also. Like every game needs to be filled with hate. I think that's better for the sport. I think it just creates a more competitive environment, so on and so forth. But ultimately, like I said, when these two teams are competitive, that's best for the sport. And these two teams are very competitive this year. And hopefully, Kelsey and Pope are able to continue to build rosters in a manner to where we're getting similar quotes, we're getting similar entertainment, we're getting fantastic games in early November, so on and so forth. Because it's not just better for us as a channel, but it's better for fans as well.
2 follow-up questions for me. Number 1, I didn't see any clips from Kentucky players reciprocating this. Part of this is that it feels appropriate for Hadley to be the guy doing this just because, Pope and Kelsey have both only been here 2 years, but Hadley is now in his second year and he's experienced the rivalry at least once. Who would be the Kentucky player that would be their version of this? Like, who would sit behind a microphone and be like, I hate Louisville?
Brandon Garrison.
You think?
Yeah, which is also probably why we haven't said anything because that's not nearly as intimidating. Brandon Garrison's the one that says he hates somebody, so I guess Ortega.
It could be Otega,
Ortega.
but Otega doesn't strike me as a guy who does hate anybody, you know? Like
I could
that's
see
part of the personality of Kentucky's players, I think, is just very like, I don't hate anybody. Gratitude.
when Pope's ready to fix that, I'm available to be on staff.
Okay.
Give me 20 minutes with Ortega, I'd have him hating a whole lot of stuff.
You could be Kentucky's hate specialist, basically. Yeah. Okay.
Jason Tatum, chief basketball officer, consider me the chief hate officer.
I like that. I'm also like in my head, I'm just trying to picture like Colin Chandler saying this. Like we don't like them at all. We're all like, okay, Colin. All
Colin,
right.
I hate Louisville. I can't wait to beat him, Colin Chandler. 1 minute, and it was a 20-point victory, and they just he got subbed in with like 1 minute to go.
Second, on a serious note, so Goodman, I think, speaks for all of us because I agree with him. We want there to be hate in this rivalry. We want there to be conflict and headlines and all of this. The problem is, even as the narrative is becoming, oh, they do hate each other. Pat Kelsey and Mark Pope had a moment. They're recruiting the same guys. Every time Kelsey and Pope get asked about each other, they say they love each other. Like that even happened yesterday. As Kelsey told the story, he was like, but no, I love Mark. He's such a great guy. We hug it out at the end. Like we're two competitive dudes who have immense respect for each other and we hug it out. that's not exactly we hate anyone here. So like you know what I mean? I don't know. What do we like is there room for there to be actual animosity here if the coaches are never going to have actual animosity?
So, little flip side correlation, as Cart says. I think this is Kelsey saying he hates Mark Pope, but he knows if he
Ah,
comes out and says it, he's playing into Mark Pope's hand. So he's like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the Mark Pope game and try to play the game better than Mark Pope, when in reality, I just hate him. But he'll never say it, so I can't be the only one that says it.
whoa. I think you're right. Cuz I think Pope might not be capable of hating anybody.
Yeah.
That's not who he is. And Pat Kelsey, I think, is. Pat Kelsey, like, can hate everybody.
As a fellow short human being, that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, if Pat Kelsey doesn't hate stuff at his height and I don't hate stuff at my height, we're not doing good with where we're at in terms of height. Mark Pope is a foot taller than Kelsey. We have to hate him just because of that. And then everything else is just, icing on the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I want to watch the progression of this play out between those two because it's kind of fascinating to hear players be like, yeah, we don't like them, and then the coaches be like, we hug it out. You know, like we're competitors, but we hug it out. I don't know how long that can last. Like we're 1 year into this, and there was like the private fight. And I think they're both playing it well right now. Like Pope being the I actually really like Pat Kelsey guy is like a even if it's not a tactic, it works. And then Kelsey, I think, in response to that, is playing it the only way he can, play up the respect level. But like I said, I wonder if maybe we get 3 to 4 years into this instead of 1 year into this, and both sides feel a lot differently than they do right now.
They better.
Like otherwise, there actually is a problem here.
If they don't feel differently, this is going to get boring.
Right.